We want to thank everyone for coming on out to the sunny Diez Vista. Don't say that too often.
Yeah, I've got 15 minutes to get sorted, and then I'm going to go in for the brain study and then straight to the start line. So I can get you to just blink, just clench your jaw for a second. So when we're having you do the testing, I'll have you be as still as possible.
Okay. We have so many people helping out. We have about 165 people on course, doing more than 200 positions. Course marshal, aid stations.
Can we please let the 150 plus volunteers know what we think of them? Let's all get lined up and have some fun out on the trails today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day on the trails, everybody!
So excited.
Guys are off on the Diez Vista 50K. I was supposed to race today, but unfortunately I've had a bit of an Achilles issue, some insertional Achilles tendinopathy that's flared up again. So I made the sensible decision to withdraw and to schedule a physio appointment for Monday instead. But I'm good for about 10 to 20K without too much issue, so I'm gonna head out for about 60 to 90 minutes here, just a bit of time on feet with my friend Heather, and I think our friend Jeremy is gonna join us as well.
Welcome to episode 3 of Time on Feet from what has been lately a very sunny and warm Vancouver, Canada. This weekend was the Diez Vista 50K, which both Jeff and I were originally intending to race, but as you heard him say, he decided to skip this one and prioritize getting healthy for his 100-miler this summer instead. And with that in mind, I thought I would take the lead on this episode. He was feeling pretty fit though, having joined me for a bunch of hill and speed workouts, which I'll tell you more about in this video, along with some of the gear I've been using for both my training and the race. Diez Vista is a really popular local event and one of the most historic ultras in Canada. Gary Robbins, who I'm sure you all know, and his team took over the race a few years back, and it's only continued to grow since. Jeff had run it a couple of times before. In fact, you may recognize it from a video he made about it a few years ago, but this would be my first time running the event. I started my season with a road half marathon, the Vancouver first half, back in February. So I came into this build for Diez Vista with a decent level of fitness and some speed in my legs. So over the past 2 months, I've focused mainly on building some volume during my long runs on the trails, along with some vert. I had been doing some speed work at the track for the half marathon, but then I transitioned to hill workouts for Diez Vista, which also really helped to build leg strength and durability. I did one long run on the course itself of about 32 kilometers, but otherwise I did most of my training on the local trails here around Mount Seymour. Coming at you from my backyard in beautiful North Vancouver today, and today is my last very long run in my build for Diez Vista 50. So I've been gradually increasing my mileage for the past 4 or 5 weeks. I should peak around 85-ish kilometers for the week this week. Today, I'm gonna aim for 36 or 37 kilometers with quite a bit of climbing. Diez Vista, yes, it's got a few good climbs, but there's a lot of running. And on top of all of this, I continue to do my strength training in the gym twice a week, right up until race week where I drop to just one session. The course is 50 kilometers with just over 2,000 meters of elevation gain. It starts with a steep climb and a traverse along a technical rocky ridge on the Diez Vista Trail, hence the name.
Woo, 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 woo. Go work, Audrey!
So my plan was to be conservative on that first section and save my leg for all the runnable stuff after. And in the second half of the race, there's a long out and back on a Forest Service road, which can be mentally quite challenging, and it's completely exposed to the sun. But having done it before in training, I knew that it was coming, and I think I paced it pretty well. I just wanted to stay consistent through that section. And then after that, once you leave the aid station at the turnaround point, you're kind of on the home stretch.
Audrey! Woo! Okay, do you want scratch or water? Okay.
Diez Vista 50K, April 13th, 2024. Course records on the men's side being smashed. Women's side, fastest time in 10 years. Weather having a little bit to do with it. Not to take away from performances by any stretch, but this is the nicest day in 26 years of doing this race. We have the original race directors who have confirmed many times it's been sunny twice in 25 previous editions, and it's never actually been warm. We've been the race directors now for 7 years. I've never worn shorts for this race, and I am enjoying that today. So we got an amazing lakeside vibe right now because it's sunny and warm, and people are getting in the lake. Most years we got to do draw prizes to entice someone to get in pouring rain, and this year we got to try to drag them back out of the lake because people can't stop swimming right now.
I've been looking forward to this for like miles.
We brought our own videographer. Woo! Welcome to the finish line.
That was Hi, good job. You nailed it.
So, how'd it go?
Yeah,
It's gonna hold it.
really good. I think it was well executed. I felt strong the whole time. I caught some people on the last climb and the final descent, no problem. So
Paced it well?
I paced it well. Like I didn't fade or anything. I ate a lot. I drank a lot. I felt like my bag was too heavy the whole time. Like I have too much water.
But you didn't
Like
drink it all.
that I didn't drink. Like I couldn't.
That's a hard thing to,
It's hard to.
because you can screw that up too.
No, totally.
So this wasn't a goal race for me for my season, so my plan was just to run strong and steady without doing too much damage. And that was a success. I didn't really have any low points, and I passed a ton of people in the last 15 kilometers. It was also a good chance for me to test out some new gear. I debated between the new Silent from Arc'teryx, which is super comfortable, high cushioned and rockered, but decided to race in the Norda 002 because I find it a little more responsive and stable on technical terrain, and also because I was eager to test it on a longer effort like this. But in hindsight, I think I could have used the extra cushioning of the Arc'teryx Silent. We will include links to both of those along with the rest of the gear I use in the description below. Those are affiliate links as usual, but it doesn't cost you anything more and it does help out the channel. By the way, that test that you saw me doing at the beginning is a study that was being run by UVic, University of Victoria, that I volunteered for.
Today we're here collecting brain activity data from runners. So we're collecting brain activity through EEG before and after. And how that works is that we put some electrodes around the head using a little kind of hat-like device. And what it picks up is all the electrical activity in the brain. And so what we're really interested in learning about is what happens in your brain after a longer endurance event, and in particular when your body is depleted. So depleted of fuel and both dehydrated, and so how these physiological stressors end up impacting brain functions like decision making or your ability to pay attention or memorize things, all of these things.
So I'm going to be taking it easy over the next few days and let my body recover, but we are leaving later this week, on my birthday actually, for our trip to Ecuador, where we'll be hosting a trail running retreat in partnership with Vagabond Trails. So Jeff will be back next time with highlights from that adventure.